Again, thank you so much for coming. This is a once-in-a-lifetime event, the world premiere of Fablehaven Grip of the Shadow Plague launch party. Please welcome Mr. Brandon Mull.
All right. Well, cool. How you guys all doing tonight? Good. I am so happy you guys came out here to hang out with me tonight. I'm very grateful for my friends from DC Pro Tour who did that comedy show. We had a lot of fun back in college writing skits and performing together, and it was cool that they could be part of this night. I'm so grateful to you guys who have come out tonight. I know some of you guys have come from a long way away. I'm going to talk to you guys for a little while. We're going to hang out for a little while and look at some things about the book. But I don't want to take super long because I know we'll also want to get some stuff signed. So hopefully we'll find a nice little balance this evening as we talk a little bit, maybe do some Q&A towards the end, and then we'll give you guys an opportunity to go get stuff signed and do all that. My books don't happen by my efforts alone. There's a lot of people who participate in making the books cool, and one of the key guys who helps make the books cool is my illustrator, a guy named Brandon Dorman. And Brandon Dorman is here tonight, isn't he? Where is he? Where are you? There we are. Come. All right. Good. I'm doing great. So this is the guy. He has done all my covers. He's done all the interior illustrations, a lot of the beautiful art you see on the marketing. All that kind of stuff is coming out of this guy's head. Candy Shop War cover and the cool Fablehaven stuff. So let's give him just a huge round of applause. How about that? Thanks, man. We'll hang out more after. We'll talk a little more after. You know, I owe a lot to that guy. As a writer, I'm pretty good at describing stuff with words. As an artist, I am terrible at describing stuff with images. But this is a guy who can truly describe with images in a really, really cool way. Another guy who has gotten involved with the Fablehaven project is this guy named Avi Arad. He's a major producer. He produced a lot of movies like Spider-Man and X-Men, and he has optioned the movie rights to turn Fablehaven into a motion picture. Avi was unable to be here with us tonight. He was trying to make it happen, but he was unable to be here. His movie Iron Man is opening like next week. And he's really cool. I mean, this is the guy that used to own, he like owns Marvel, and he's a really cool producer. The screenplay right now is in development. People are always asking me, what's going on with the movie? The screenplay is being written. That's the stage we're in. Once a screenplay gets written, the next step would be to get the directors and actors attached, and then the thing would go into production. So I don't know when this movie is going to happen. I don't have a timeline yet. People are always asking me, and I'm in the dark as well. But at least really cool people are involved, and it seems like the project continues to move forward. At Fablehaven.com, we'll continue to give updates on what goes on with the movie. Another thing I get asked sometimes is where my ideas come from. Some of my ideas just come from the fact that I'm a huge daydreamer. I just love to make up stories. Ever since I was a kid, when I get bored, I sit around making up stories. But some of the details in my stories come from my real life, from people I know or from places I've been. One such detail is kind of the character Seth. The character Seth in Fablehaven has a lot in common with my little brother Bryson, who you saw performing with Divine Comedy. Let me throw up a picture of Bryson. That is Bryson as a kid. I don't know if you can raise it up so you can see, but if you notice, he has got like an emergency pack in a granola bar box hanging from his belt. He's got the camo shirt. He has a lot in common with Seth. He was one of those kids that would do, you could give him really, really good advice and he'd still kind of do whatever he thought was best, even if it was sort of dangerous or like chasing a moose through the woods or whatever. The other dude over there is me. That is my goofy whatever self, 11-year-old self. And the names Kendra and Seth actually came, my little brother's best friend's name was Seth when he was a kid. My little sister's best friend's name was Kendra. So that's the picture of the Kendra. Then the next one. Yeah, there's Kendra. Sort of, not exactly the Kendra from the book, but that's the Kendra that the name came from. I've got a cousin named Tanu. My cousins are half Samoan. And as you guys probably know, well, some of you know, in Fablehaven 2, there's a character named Tanu, a Polynesian guy, a potion maker. And I loved my cousin's name, Tanu Natoa. And so I borrowed his name to make the character. But Tanu, who's there in one of the new Fablehaven shirts, one of the Who Do You Trust shirts, he wasn't totally pleased with how he was depicted in the book. So Tanu, I'm sorry, you're such a cool guy. You probably will never be that enormous Samoan guy that guy is, but who knows, maybe you will, you never know. So some of the things don't just come from real people. For example, Muriel the Witch in Fablehaven has had her origins this way. My sister Tiffany, no. No, Tiffany is very nice. She's very nice. She never chews on ropes. But no, my sister Tiffany was once reading in a history book, and she read that the word for witch in Arabic means one who blows on knots. And to me, that was kind of a creepy, strange detail. And I like that creepy, strange detail so much that I decided that in my book Fablehaven, I would create a witch who would be imprisoned by a knotted rope, and that's where Muriel the Witch had her beginnings. Even some of the places in my books have their beginnings in places I've been. In the third book, how many of you guys have read any of the third book? Just yell. All right, some of you guys, and some of you guys don't know this yet. In the third book, in Grip of the Shadow Plague, for the first time, some of the characters will go to a different preserve besides Fablehaven. And the name of that preserve is Lost Mesa. Lost Mesa Preserve is set on the Navajo Reservation in Arizona. And part of the reason I set that, the second preserve in Arizona, was because when I was a little bit younger, not way younger, I was thinking about becoming a teacher. I went and interviewed for a teacher position to teach English at a high school on the Navajo Reservation near a place called Navajo Mountain, this big kind of cool mountain that's down there deep in southern Utah, right on the Arizona border. And I love that terrain, I love that country, and that had a lot to do with why I ended up setting a preserve there. If you haven't gotten to know Lost Mesa, you'll get to know it when you read Grip of the Shadow Plague.